Iran's hostilities substantially increased after the foolish Iran nuclear deal was signed in 2013, and they were given $150 billion, not to mention $1.8 billion in cash. Instead of saying thank you to the United States, they chanted death to America. In fact, they chanted death to America the day the agreement was signed. Then Iran went on a terror spree, funded by the money from the deal, and created hell in Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, Afghanistan, and Iraq.
President Trump addressed from White House on Wednesday, less than a day after Iran fired more than a dozen ballistic missiles at 2 Iraqi air bases, housing U.S. and coalition forces, in retaliation for the killing of a top general, Qasem Soleimani. His remark seems to lower hostilities between the two countries, but Trump criticized the Iran nuclear deal from which he withdrew the U.S. in 2018.
Is as follows.
And claimed that the financial incentives provided by the Obama administration to Iran under that deal used to finance the attacks.
15 votes in favor.
You were in the U.S. during President Obama. What's the difference in terms of his decision, his direction to Iran? And what's the difference from President Trump? And had it been President Obama, do you think this kind of ordering of airstrike will happen?
It's very much different because President Obama and John Kerry and Ambassador Wendy Sherman, the main negotiator for Iran deal, they are very diplomatic type person that try to settle any conflict in a cooperative way. And the Iran deal, or what we call the nuclear deal of 2015, has been an evidence of the success of negotiation. But for Trump and the key foreign policy maker of Republicans think that that's the weak policy. So that's why after Trump came into power, he has already withdrawn U.S. involvement in this nuclear agreement of 2015, making the situation worsen and then intensify the cooperation. So peace is going to happen only when you have mutual trust and confidence to each other and have to build along the way. But we can see that in the past 2-3 years, things are very much different. There are more sanctions by the U.S. imposed on Iran, create more conflicts, and then the situation expanded to other neighboring countries.
2 days after Trump remarked, the U.S. administration is imposing new sanctions on Iran. This is another move to further isolate Iran and hope to increase pressure on the country to renegotiate the nuclear deal. The U.S. is concerned with terrorist activities from Iran and its networks, but very challenging to contain them.
I think that is going to be a real challenge to the U.S. to think of how to prevent these new generations of lone wolf operations, new generation of people who really think that this is an unacceptable act. From country who said they uphold peace, freedom, democracy, human rights. So you create groups of people around the world that are now opposing the U.S. acts in different regions. So that is going to be a big challenge to the U.S. Military, U.S. diplomat, U.S. business, and other interests in many countries. And those countries that lack capacity to protect the U.S. interests will be first to experience the new wave of trouble.
The effort to de-escalate the tension between the two countries may work this week. But the conflict is still far from over. Natha Gomonwadin, Thai PBS World reports.